Joined alongside our Director of Scouting, Craig Button. Craig, we'll get to the Connor Bedard circus in just a moment, but the Leafs dropped their first game of the season, and they've now allowed 4 or more goals in all 3 games played, against the Habs, the Wild, and now the Blackhawks, no less. So your early assessment of their defensive play?
It's not very good. And, you know, you're not playing top-end competition, specifically with the Montreal Canadiens and the Chicago Blackhawks. And the Minnesota Wild can't be considered a Stanley Cup threat or contender. So when you're the Toronto Maple Leafs and you think about where they're at in the season, there's no reason for panic. I don't think there's any reason for concern. But for the Toronto Maple Leafs and the players and the coaching staff, I think that what they have to remind themselves of is they have failed spectacularly come playoff time. And what you have to do is get ready for it. You don't just flip a switch come playoff time. And when you're struggling against competition of this nature, then it's not going to help you down the road. So being able to take care of business, being able to dial into the details, that's what the Toronto Maple Leafs have to do. And I know it's a long season, 79 more games, and you know there's going to be stretches where they're really good. They're going to get over 100 points. But when you get to the playoffs and 8 of the teams in the Eastern Conference are gone, weaker competition, and now you're playing good competition, this just isn't good enough. And that, to me, it would be one thing if they're coming off, you know, a deep playoff run like the Florida Panthers, or they've won a Stanley Cup, or they haven't had any success, none. And that's where you have to really dial it up come regular season time. And as hard as it is, that's what the focus has to be for this team and coaching staff.
All right, well, the Leafs do come out on the losing end, but they also are the first team to keep Connor Bedard off the score sheet. That's a positive. And I mean, Craig, we got to talk about the Connor circus because we're part of it. We're the media following Connor Bedard's each and every move. Austin Matthews weighed in on it. Taylor Hall weighed in on it. What's your opinion of all the attention and the media hype we're seeing so far?
Well, how about if I go, like, you know, Austin was the first overall pick coming to a major market in Toronto. Taylor Hall was the first overall pick going to a major market in Edmonton. So those 2 players know.
They know.
But so does Connor Bedard. You know, when you're as gifted as he is, when you are now the focal point of the next generation of superstars in the league, this is what you have to expect. And just like Austin had to go through it and Taylor has to go through it, this is just part of his baptism. You know, this is what you're going to... I think it's wonderful that he gets it out early. Like, he gets to see Montreal, he gets to see Toronto, Boston for their 100th anniversary. Obviously a thrill to play your first NHL game wherever it is, certainly against your idol Crosby, is special. But for Connor Bedard, this is just all part of him getting comfortable with the media focus. That's what that's what we want in the league. We talk about the media, but this is just part of being the first overall pick and a generational player. And like going through the games and playing against the competition, off the ice is just as important. And you know, this is something that'll serve him well, but he's a very articulate young man. And he really is calm and measured. And you know, this isn't going to be an everyday occurrence for him, but for him to be able to go through this early and see what it is, and there's expectations on him, and that's good too. Diving
right into the deep end, only 18 years old. You know, Taylor Hall said it well. He's a major ambassador for the game. He's handling it so well, and they've got a tough road trip to start their year off. Next is in the Avs before their own home opener on Saturday, October 21st.